Torri.
And this is
Bitch, Let's Talk.
So for Pop Tart World this week, first of all, can we talk about Judge Judy? Sis gets all the coins. She is still the highest paid TV host all time. Sis makes $47 million per season, and her final season, I think, just aired on CBS. CBS definitely dropped the ball because Judge Judy is taking her talents to Amazon Prime. Okay,
you know they was gonna pick her up.
Okay, her and her 10 million followers that she has per day with Grandma and Uncle Chuck and all of them who watch Judge Judy all day long, they are going to be taking their talents to Amazon Prime. Now, the grandchildren are going to help Grandma and them with the Amazon Prime child.
But they're going to get it together.
They're going to get it together for her. But she has a new show called Judy Justice. It's still going to be another court show, but she said it's going to be slightly different.
I hope she's going to be more nicer. Like, she was
like, child, please.
She gave it to the people.
She gave it.
No, she had no time.
Always say if it doesn't make sense, it's not true.
So listen, who would you rather be up against, Joe Brown or her?
Joe Brown. Joe Brown, country ass. Joe Brown ain't
like protecting manhood and
Judge Brown don't got shit on no Judge Judy. Now, if you want a real question, is Judge Mathis. Because he gonna call you a crackhead in the fucking second.
No, that's what I was talking. I thought that's the one I was talking about with the fade.
That's Judge Mathis.
That's Judge Mathis.
Yeah. I'm sorry, y'all. I was talking about Judge Mathis, the ghetto one. I like him.
Judge Brown.
Judge Joe Brown. Judge Joe Brown ain't nothing like Judge Mathis. Judge Mathis gonna call you a crackhead.
Judge Mathis is definitely gonna call you a crackhead.
Judy not gonna do that. She gonna say some shit.
She gonna say something much worse. She gonna have you contemplating your whole life.
Gonna be educated.
I watched an episode on Facebook recently, and it was about a dog. Like some white lady stole this dog from this couple.
Okay.
And she was like, I have the veterinarian bills. I have all this stuff. And so Judge Judy was like, bring the dog out. So the dog comes out. So the fake owner was like, trying to get the dog's attention. She was like, no, just let the dog go. Because the dog knows their owner.
Yeah.
Child, that dog went straight to them other people.
Quick.
And Judge Judy was like, I don't have time for this. Clearly, we can see who this dog belongs to. She was like, but I don't care what phony receipts you have, ma'am. Dismissed.
I love Judy.
Dismissed. So
I don't even know why people go on there playing.
She's the wrong one.
No, that's me. Like, you watch the show, so you know you gotta come correct. Like, why y'all coming at her like that?
They be like, it's in my cell phone.
And she gonna.
You had a whole time to go to Kinko's or Staples to print that thing out, get a folder.
You took this flight here.
So the new show is supposed to air sometime in the fall, child. So we just gonna. I don't even know how much she got for this Amazon deal, but they stated that they knew that she was getting paid $47 per season with CBS. And she's 78 years old, still collecting the bag, so whole bag.
Everybody was going after Bill Gates and Jeff Bezos because they got this divorce. Judge Judy, call me, baby.
Honey.
You call me.
Honey.
Okay?
Honey, and she can get your law shit in order, okay?
She's going to have this business right.
She's definitely going to help you not get locked the fuck up. She's definitely the right person to call. So stay tuned. We just going to have to help the old people get to Amazon Prime, honey, because I don't know how that's going to work. But CBS definitely dropped the ball because they did not renew Sis's contract. And
that's how I was wondering how Prime picked her up, how she was able to sign with them.
Listen, these networks are not playing games. It's like going to the highest bidder right now. For somebody to have 10 million watchers,
consistent followers
on a episode, that is a lot. Normally, the normal average time for a TV show falls between 1.2 to 2 million, and that 2 million is like if you're hitting the jackpot.
Harvey on Family Feud, that's already bad. Yeah, I understand.
But 10 million, they thought, maybe we don't need Sis anymore because she's 78. Sis said, "Fuck y'all, I'm going right to Amazon Prime." And they were like, "Do you want to golf? Like, why don't you retire?" She was like, "I don't want to learn how to golf. I don't want to play no fucking chess. I'm not going to crochet." She was like, "I'm going back on the TV."
I know that's right.
Okay, Grandma.
I ain't mad at it.
I'm not mad either. So Jaden Smith, who is my baby, is opening a restaurant to give free meals to homeless people. This is from his I Love You food truck initiative. This actually happened about 2 years ago. He launched this for his 21st birthday, and he was feeding homeless people in the Skid Row area. And if you are not familiar with LA, their homelessness,
in
baby,
the area. Yeah,
it is horrible. Like,
especially
it is actually horrible. So he actually wants to provide vegan food to the homeless people for free. So I think it's a really good idea. So when the panoramic hit, he didn't want to do the food truck idea anymore. So he was trying to find a way to kind of like shift his business to be able to accommodate so many people who are struggling because of the panoramic. So he provided food, he provided water, different packages for them that he delivered. So I don't know when this restaurant is supposed to open, but hopefully it will be soon.
Listen, I love this family. Like, I know, because I know he set up like water plants for Flint, Michigan. Yeah, all his own money. Yep. And he had mentioned how
it's called the water box.
Yeah,
it's a filtration system.
Right, thank you. He had mentioned how people were saying something about him wearing a dress for Vogue, but he was like, basically like, I wore a dress for Vogue so my grandkids could be good, meaning that he can be able to have this money to give back, because his family is already straight. You know what I'm saying? They're going to support him.
The thing that's so crazy about them is that I remember when Willow and Jaden was between like 13 when they first came 14 out, and all of the black people were like, these are Satan worshipers, these are cult members, they don't know what the hell they're talking about. And baby, all they were talking about was metaphysics. That's it. All they were talking about was mental health and crystals and being able to understand science and philosophy. And now everybody 10 years later is on the same shit right now. But when black kids...
You remember that?
No. Oh, so
it was around the time where I wore my hair back in.
Yeah,
It was around that time when they were just coming out into their own. And I think maybe like 3 or 4 years after that, that's when he did the Vogue. I remember them two both did the Vogue, and
But when Willow came out with that song and they were interviewing her, they were also interviewing Jaden, and Jaden was talking about the law of attraction and how we can manifest things into this dimension. And so to hear a child speak like that, you know, black people, you got
to give it to the parents.
Exactly, but they were like demonized. Yeah, they were like, this is why, you know, you can't have money because you got your child talking all this witchcraft, and here we go 10 years later, this baby with everybody with a damn crystal in their hand. And I'm not, there's no shade to that.
But it's a whole lot of people.
It's a trend.
It's a trend, right? It's a whole lot of people still, you know, talking fire and brimstone. So. I'm just saying. There's a whole lot of people that are still demonizing African spirituality.
No, absolutely. But I just remember them saying like, oh, because the Smiths are rich, these children shouldn't be speaking this way.
They should still be in school. They should be. It's like,
and they were homeschooled, and so that's like
that's like a Montessori school. They learn by experience. Basically.
Exactly. And how was she?
I like it.
People are so mad.
They always have something to say about how you raise your kids, and it's really
none of your damn business.
Absolutely.
Like, hey. And these children are literally trying to help change this goddamn world.
Yeah.
And
by
what the
being
hell are
themselves.
You doing?
Right.
What are you doing?
You want to know why I admire the Smiths so much? Because throughout even Will and Jada's marriage, throughout them raising kids, they always made it known that they are living for themselves. They're not worried about an image. They, you know, they can promote and act and do their job, but like our family gonna be who we are, and I really commend them for that, and that shows through their kids.
Yeah, and here we are for his 21st birthday. He opened a food truck to help homeless people. On my 21st birthday, I was drunk in Atlantic City somewhere, not giving a fuck about not a damn person.
I had a baby. I couldn't even do nothing for my 21st birthday. Like, what 21-year-old you know is actually, even without being famous, which 21-year-old do you know who's actually giving back? You know what I'm saying? Who doesn't have like
actively and consciously? He's not forced to do this stuff. His parents are not forcing him to do this. You know, this is coming out of his own pocket.
His brother were doing it. Yeah.
You know, so it's great to see young black kids,
activists,
you know, change the tide. You know, for not just people of color, but anybody who needs help, anyone that's in need. And I commend them for that. But the crazy ass people who are talking about them. Well, when they were younger, a lot of people were like, oh, Jaden Smith is the new Gandhi. Bitch, shut the fuck up, because that's not the energy you was on when he was 13, and he already conceptualized all this stuff when he was a child. He might not have the initiative, but he knew that he wanted to give back in a greater way. And so I definitely commend his family for that.
Yes, I would, Jaden, if you hear this, could you put For My One back on streaming services? Because that's really my song. But
what is it
For
called?
My One.
So I was actually just listening to his album, Sire.
I love that album.
And so I love that album.
I love that album.
And so I remember.
I love his music, period. Him
and Tyler.
People
were clowning me like,
And
You
Willow.
listen to Jaden Smith?
Well, yes, and Willow.
Now, granted, when it comes out your mouth, it does not sound as profound as you would like.
Listen to that
but
music.
baby, the man is talented. Don't sleep on that man. Do
or
not
his,
sleep
or
on
his
that
sister.
man. First of all, his sister.
Oh, his sister. That thing is a gem. She's a hidden gem. Seriously.
Yes, her voice and her playing that guitar.
She do a lot of backgrounds for him. If you listen to his music, you hear her on it. Well, if you listen to her music, you'll hear
on his
her.
album. Yeah, I definitely recommend that you
Shout
listen
out
to the
to
album.
y'all, Smiths. I just
It's
want to
very
be y'all when I grow
inspiring.
up.
Absolutely. So the reboot of the Proud Family, I know we talked about this earlier in the year, but they are actually adding some people to the show. So Billy Porter from Pose, which is my baby, Zachary Quinto from Heroes and American Horror Story, and EJ Johnson, who is Magic Johnson's son.
Oh, okay.
Yes, they're all being added to the show. So Billy Porter and Zachary are going to, or Zach, will be playing the adoptive parents to Maya Lebowitz Jenkins. That is one hell of a name, child. I don't know. It's a Jewish/black person, I'm assuming. That's going to be played by Keke Palmer.
Okay.
So yeah, they're going to be adoptive parents.
So wait, my girl not going to be on here? She's not going to play Penny no more?
No, Penny's still going to be there. But Maya is Penny's friend.
But is Penny going to be Penny? Do you know?
Penny's going to be Penny.
Okay,
It's still Kyla Pratt. Everybody is still the same. The writers are still the same.
Oh,
Ralph
that's cool.
Farquhar. I never forget. I always want to say Lord Farquhar, but I don't know how you pronounce that man's name. And Bruce Smith, which is the original creators of the show. So everybody's going to be pretty much the same. And EJ is actually going to be playing Penny's other best friend, which was originally played by like Phil Lamar, which was an old like Mad TV actor. So he's going to be playing Penny's best friend who knew all the dances, who's always like very trendy. So the show is supposed to come out 2022, y'all, on Disney Plus. So we gonna see.
But if Disney said, if it came out, then it must be.
Well, I'm still watching the old episodes on Disney Plus. My damn self. I love the Proud Family.
I do too. Why do they keep comparing the Proud Family to the Carters? I saw a picture of
Knowles Carter.
Knowles Carter. Jay-Z, if you hear this, just change your last name to the Knowles Carter.
Oh, wait, I thought he did.
What, Tea Time?
No, wait. I thought Jay-Z changed
his name to Knowles Carter. He'd be better. I wouldn't blame him.
The only reason why I think that is because Beyonce's mom never had a son. I think I'm telling you, I might be tripping.
I'm a part of the Beehive slightly, but that's so culty to me.
I'm telling you,
cultish,
like, when they got married, which was between 7 and 10 years ago.
Yeah. It's
I think he
now.
literally changed his name to Knowles Carter because Beyonce's parents never had a son.
They dramatic. That's some Beyonce shit though.
Child.
Beyonce, whatever pussy you got.
That's what I was about to say, honey.
I want it.
The person snatched, honey. Because I wish a man would change his last name for me.
But Jay-Z smart. I don't know why everybody keeps saying that Beyonce would have been who she was without Jay-Z. Neither one of them would have been who they are without each other. Let's just say that.
Exactly. That's why it's called Equally Yoked, child. Mm-hmm. Equally Yoked. So yeah, I'm excited for the Proud Family, y'all. I really love this show.
Yeah, I had to Google who Zachary Quinto was.
I
heard American Horror Story. Which episode? Which one was he?
So remember in season 2, he played.
What was season 2? I know the names.
So season 2 was The Asylum. Did you see that one?
I barely watched that. No.
Okay, so
I watched Murder House.
He played. Oh, he was in Murder House. Remember the
Okay.
gay couple that got murdered in the kitchen?
Right. With the guy with the black. Okay, never mind, y'all.
Yes,
I'm back on.
From the little latex man.
Yeah, latex. Yep, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I knew you looked familiar.
But if you look at Asylum,
got it.
He played a reporter for this mental institution.
Okay.
But he ended up being
Got
the
you.
serial killer.
Got you. Okay.
I have never seen this show.
I'm assuming you don't do horror.
She gotta go.
You don't do horror?
I don't.
No, me neither. But
not my
please
jam.
watch it. Like even if you don't watch everything, watch Murder House, then watch Apocalypse, and then
No, you gotta watch Coven, child.
I'm sorry, Coven. Yes,
You gotta
Coven
watch.
and Apocalypse.
Coven is just the
You're
witch's
right.
child. It's not really scary.
But no, Coven is gonna when you get to Apocalypse, Coven is gonna explain Coven and everything else. It's gonna be basically like combined.
It's
really good.
What do you call it? I can't even think of it. It's the shows that's not attached to each other. I can't think of the damn word right now.
It's a cult series.
It's
a cult series to me.
It's a series, but
I don't know what it's called.
You know
either.
how like the storyline, you don't have to.
They don't
I know what
match.
you're talking about.
Yeah,
Yes.
but
like,
American Horror Story. Me neither. We're gonna figure it out.
It's gonna hit me like 2 o'clock in the morning.
Right. Text me. No, text me when you get it. I'm not gonna be mad.
Random as hell.
But it's basically with American Horror Story, all the same characters, all the same main characters. It's probably like 5 or 6 like main characters. They play in all of the every episode, every season, but they play different characters because
every season is different. So no matter where you start, outside of Apocalypse, you'll be fine. It's not like you're missing out on anything.
You're not. Okay. If you watch Murder House and if you watch Coven and then Apocalypse,
American Horror Story 10 is coming out.
Okay, yeah, that's
I think it comes
we're
out
fanning
this
out,
fall.
guys.
Sorry. American Horror Story comes out. I'm praying that it comes out this fall because I just saw it. So they have one. It was about it was an ode to like 80s like slasher movies, so like Jason and all of this stuff. Yeah. So so it's gonna be a double feature. Okay, but when it come out? Don't tell me nothing.
Okay, well, I was just trying to,
Well, I knew it was coming out. I just don't know if it was coming out this fall
or
next
figure it
year.
out.
Whatever. But they're doing a double feature. So the way they did it, they did the slasher one, and then I think it's going to be a follow-up that pertains to that slasher one.
Okay. Oh, no, that's like fall 20.
Okay, so I'm thinking it's going to be fall 2021.
2021.
Right
that's
around
what I'm
Halloween, because that's when it normally comes out. But I would definitely say you cannot watch this with your kids. Maybe with hubby. It's a really good show. I will say that. It's not like boo scary, but it might be like ooh too gory.
It's creepy. It's really creepy as fuck. So if you have young kids who
Casper the Ghost type situation, but it's more like ooh child, that's too much blood.
It might be like what's the witch stuff that they was in the woods running and
the Coven?
No, what's the thing that we watching? Yeah, it might be creepy like that. Like it's creepy like Blair Witch Project.
That was a terrible movie, by the way.
It was, but
that was some shit that you could have did on a damn iPhone.
Yeah,
an iPhone 3. That was a horrible movie, and I was so afraid of it. But I was like 9 when that came out. I'm saying my age, but and then when I look back as an adult,
I'm definitely not gonna say how old I was when it came out.
But I watched it like a couple years ago, and I'm like, what the fuck was I?
Because you really like horror films.
I do. I can watch that. I watched The Conjuring.
This girl
by myself.
I'm about to say, because you went out a whole theater for your birthday and had us watching some creepy ass shit.
I ran out a whole theater.
I was so scared.
I think it was called La
Rona. Yeah, it was some Spanish lady who comes to get the kids. It means like
the witch in Spanish.
Yeah.
My Spanish rusty, y'all.
Yeah.
So I'm
strong, sis.
Child, I'm protected by all costs.
I love it.
So for our Black Magic for this week, this is very exciting news. So HBCU graduate Darren Bryant has become the youngest Black mayor in the entire state of Illinois. He actually is 29 years old. He is a graduate from Kentucky State, and he has been in the public service industry for a very long time. His parents are actually elected officials as well. Growing up, he served as a junior class president for the SGA. I used to be in the SGA, y'all. That's the Student Government Association. I wanted to be a lawyer, so that's why, I did that. I did debate and mock trial and all that stuff. He also became the commissioner for Robbins Park District, which is not the best area, unfortunately, but he does have a game plan that he wants to change in his area. And his plan is to focus on 5 areas, which is commercial and industrial development, residential development, financial development, educational development, and job training and creation. So kudos to you, Darren Bryant. That is absolutely amazing.
That's awesome. We're clapping for you.
Yes.
And to have your family
I know
in the
proud.
Industry as well. Like I know they're proud.
I know they're really proud.
29.
And I tell people all the time, like I know everybody wants to be an entrepreneur, everybody wants to be a boss, but who the fuck is policing your neighborhoods?
Absolutely. I was just thinking about that.
Who is policing your neighborhoods? And so when you don't have people who don't relate to your struggle, who don't understand what's going on in your neighborhoods, and you have these old, decrepit, racist people who are telling you how public schools should be run and how your city should be run, these
unemployment and all that.
Yeah. This is important because I know we give the president all this power. Not saying that he doesn't, but your local government has the most power on your day-to-day life.
Yes.
The police, the judges, the court system,
the commissioners, the
everything,
state attorneys,
the way you pay your taxes, honey.
Yes.
Your local government is in control of your day-to-day life. So when you are crying and weeping in the corners of the sorrows of what's going on in the government, honey, it's not the president.
It's not the president. The president is just the liaison for the United States. That's it. If you understand what that means, then you'll get why
honey,
the presidency.
The fact that your school has no heat or air conditioning
has
nothing to do with the damn president. So I am very proud of this young black man who decided to step up and do something for his community and not just be a part of the sidelines complaining and crying and weeping, but decided to step up and do something for his people. So congratulations.
I'm saying, and for me, seeing that his parents were both like in the field, you get what I'm saying? He sees it from a regular citizen and the other side of politics. Exactly. So I feel like he's the best. Come be our mayor. Not saying nothing towards our mayor, but come be our mayor for a little minute.
Yeah, I mean, our mayor is pretty young. He's
cool.
A young black
really
man,
cool.
and he's really trying. Our mayor is really, really trying to, produce change for Baltimore. So I would definitely say that. But these old decrepit people that won't die, that's sitting in these cabinets and all this other stuff, like, who do you think passes the torch? You think it's going to go to another minority? They're grooming their kids. They're grooming their kids in their racism. They're grooming their kids to take over the world. And we're sitting here complaining about dumb shit that don't have nothing to do with anything. And these people are being slid right in under our noses, and we're wondering why bills can't get passed. We're wondering why things can't change. And I'm all for protest, but I'm all about policy. And policies don't change when you stand on your feet. You got to be a lobbyist first. Let me get off. I'm not even going to go into my... Y'all know how I feel about politics, but...
She was a part of SGA, guys. We sitting over here quiet, ain't we, sis?
Listen. But that's, because that's where change starts, If you want to see it, you have to get in politics. And that's just how it
turn out for those elections. We always turn out for the presidency.
Exactly.
The local,
it'd be the same old, and you wonder why the same old shit keeps happening because you keep technically voting for the same person because you didn't vote otherwise. Because I'm getting hot, y'all. My blood pressure's starting to...
Breathe.
But congratulations to you, Darren. I expect great things from you.
I keep clapping. Clapping for you.
As you should.
Yes.
So for our panel discussion for today, I'm very, very excited.
Can I got my roll?
Yes. We got my good Judy here today, my BFF. We have Dr. Jen here with us.
Hello. Hey, Jen. She is so amazing, y'all. I wish I could be. Well, y'all see us on live, but like her energy is just amazing, and that skin is amazing. Sis.
Yes,
you glowing, baby.
Yes. But Dr. Jen is a skin scientist. She's a face yoga instructor. She also does skin wellness coach. She got her BS in chemistry. She has her PhD in cosmetic science. But this is the kicker. She's the second black person in the U.S. to have this degree.
Oh, okay, sis. You a big deal.
You a big deal.
Come on.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes, congrats.
Yes. How does that feel, though?
Listen, I'm gonna say, how do you feel about that?
It doesn't really...
Just out here doing what you love, huh?
She don't give a shit.
I'm proud of it, but then, on the other side of it, the fact that I'm the second and the first one, she was actually my mentor.
Wow.
So she was in school with me. So the fact that we're
kudos to her.
Yes.
What's her name?
Her name is Lola Kelly Smalls.
Yes.
Dr. Lola Kelly Smalls.
Come on, Dr. Lola Kelly.
Yes, thank you.
Two black women. That's amazing.
Right? But then on the other side of it, it just shows you how far we still have to go for us to be the first and the second.
Yeah.
And I graduated in 2010.
See?
Right?
Wow.
And the program has been there since 1974.
Okay.
So
wow.
Just, you know what I mean? So it's exciting, and I'm proud of it, of course. And I try my best to, mentor other students because a lot of people don't even know about the cosmetic science program. But, at the same time, I just try to make sure that we keep in the forefront of our mind that we still have work to do.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Absolutely.
What made you choose that?
So I have always loved cosmetics. So I worked at CVS when I was in high school. So I was all into lipstick and all the things, right? And then I realized that I wanted to be a pharmacist. Then I changed my mind. And then I wanted to be a dermatologist. Yes. And then I realized I don't like blood. So who are we kidding here?
So that's why she's not watching American Horror Story, child.
I am not watching
Makes sense.
Okay?
But it's not that much blood, but go ahead.
So anyway, I got my BS in chemistry, and I knew I wanted to get a PhD because my sister got a PhD, so it was kind of like game on, right? And so my sister actually found the program, and it was the only PhD program in the country in cosmetic science. And when I heard about it, learning about the biology of hair and skin, I was hooked because I knew that I wanted to eventually get into, working at CoverGirl or some kind of cosmetic company.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So how was it? Was it challenging being in that space? Because I'm pretty sure you were the only.
I'm about to say she's the only woman of color. You was in there with a whole bunch of lighter.
Like, what was the demographic in class?
Yeah.
There were a lot of Indian students and Asian students.
I could see that.
A lot of students that weren't from the U.S. mainly.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think it was only 2 of us that were from the U.S.
Which makes sense because if you I'm a documentary. Sorry, I forgot my word slip. I'm a documentary fan, so I noticed that a lot of like Indians and Asians, they care, and Africans too. They care more about helping their people. Like they'll come over here and get education just to take it back over there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so that was cool.
I mean,
to see
you
that
was
you
trash.
were.
That's what you're supposed to do.
Absolutely right.
I'm trying to get the hell out of here my damn self.
Where you going?
New Zealand, child. Finland. I don't know if they accept Negroes, but sign me up for my dual citizenship.
How is Canada? Because I was thinking about Canada.
It's cool. No. It's cool, but I don't know. I don't trust
version
the
of United States. I was thinking it's a better version of the United States, but anyway.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go topic.
So what's the difference between you and a dermatologist?
So a dermatologist is a medical doctor, of course, right? And so they diagnose skin diseases and skin conditions. So they can write a prescription, essentially.
Okay.
For me, I do research. So like I said, I learned about the biology of hair and skin. I did clinical research on nurses. And so it's really about understanding what's happening at the biological level so that you can create products.
Yeah.
So, I worked in product development the majority of my career because I understand what's happening at the biological level. So you're better able to create products. And I think people don't really realize all of the science that really goes into all of the products.
One moisturizer.
Yeah. And making sure that it's not going to cause irritation and that it's going to actually deliver on the benefits that you're promising and all of that. It's a lot that goes into that. And it's a lot of science behind it too.
What is the average it takes to make one product?
Oh, like a moisturizer. I see that.
It depends.
Okay.
Right? So it depends on a lot of things, but on average, if you're going to start from scratch, a formula that is, from scratch, and you need to do research, it's going to take about 2 years minimum, right?
Damn.
Depending on what you want to deliver, right? Especially if you want to do clinical testing on it, et cetera, it can take a lot more time than that. But if you're just talking about a cosmetic product, usually about 18 months.
Okay. That's still a long time. Like that's, and do you work specifically for companies or are you like contracted out to do clinical testing?
So I'm a consultant now.
Okay.
But previously I worked for Procter & Gamble for the majority of my career.
Okay.
So worked on brands CoverGirl, worked on Gillette, worked for, it's funny, when I first started coming out of my PhD program, I worked in pet care. So
okay.
Nothing to do with my.
But no, it makes sense because a lot of people test their products on skin. I mean, on pets, right?
They not supposed to.
I mean,
it was supposed to, but yeah.
I want them dogs. No animal testing.
Can I share a story?
PG does not do animal testing.
I don't want to say what hospital I work for, but I work for a really, really well-known hospital for their catering company, and I'll say it off air, but I used to, first of all, the hospital was scary as fuck. They have so many tunnels in this hospital. They even have 4 basements. And if you listen, you probably know what hospital I'm talking about. But they have 4 basements. So when me taking their catering orders up to their parties, you would go through hallways or you would go on floors that smell nothing but like weed. You would go on floors that you would hear animals crying.
No. Like in a cage? Oh,
I don't know. I've never seen anything. Let me say, I've never seen anything, but I've heard and smelt things. So you know me. You know when I smell, I smell it.
The rabbits.
Yes, and you hear animals crying out because they were testing. And this hospital is one of the best hospitals next to Shit, I can't even say that. But it's a really good hospital, and they do testing there a lot. So, which is why I said I know they do testing on animals because they are testing these, pharmaceutical
That's why Peter
products
is so
on.
upset with certain makeup companies because they don't want.
I mean,
to
most
test.
of them now don't.
They have
cut
back on that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Absolutely. I mean, I can't even name one off the top of my head. But I know that does animal testing.
That is so good. I like hearing that.
Yeah. I don't know how I feel about hearing somebody in a cage crying.
Yeah.
Girl, I would break everybody free. I'll Harriet Tubman. Everybody got to come with me.
I've never seen the animals, but they hear it.
Girl, I'll be traumatized.
So what I smelled was like weed. They were growing their own weed at this hospital, but you know, I'll tell y'all when we go off air. I promise.
I don't know. I know what I smell. I don't know what to say to that.
I just think that marijuana, not to get off topic, but marijuana, the industry is changing so much. And I was working for this hospital a couple years ago. It's 2021. I was working for this hospital well before 3 years ago. It might have been 3 years ago.
They the weed on the damn animals. Is how them shut the hell up.
Probably.
I mean, cannabis is
it's a beautiful industry.
Yeah, medicinal benefits.
It's a beautiful industry.
So when it comes to skincare, what would you say off top of your head are the top 3 skin conditions that people suffer from the most?
When I think of Black people, I think of hyperpigmentation for sure.
Okay.
Acne, and then dry skin.
Okay.
So hyperpigmentation, I think honestly, one of the main reasons that we are not seeing the results that we want from our hyperpigmentation products that we're using is because Black people are not wearing sunscreen.
Listen, baby. Listen. Quick sidebar. Dr. Jen Chow had to help me with my skin regimen because baby was burnt in Miami, okay? Baby was burnt the fuck up.
Can we give a shout out to your doctor?
No, listen, my good sis Torri here was rubbing aloe vera on me 2
making
to
sure
3
my
times
baby was okay.
No, mind you, I was burnt in Miami, okay? So I had text Dr. Jen. I said, hey, friend.
We saw the chemical
Sis is
change.
burnt. Sis is burnt. I sent her a picture. She said, ooh. Baby, the skin was falling everywhere. I still have tan lines everywhere. So if I was to take my clothes off in front of you, I'm like, baby, where you been? Where you been? You can see exactly where that bathing suit was. Dr. J said, not. So why didn't you have on any sunscreen? I said, sis, I promise you, I put it on. I promise you, I put it on. She said, ain't no way in hell.
Can I vouch for her? Listen.
She sprayed me down. They put spray in my mouth.
How long were you out there? Did you get in the water?
Can I just vouch for her because they made me put it on too, and I'm like, no, I'm Black. I don't need that shit. But our friends was like, no, we're gonna put it on you. We're gonna put it on each other. Just because you're Black don't mean that
your Black will crack.
Yes,
people
Black will crack. So can you tell people the importance of having melanin and sunscreen?
Yes. So
I thought it was
there
a joke
is a link to melanin, right? And melanin and the sun protection. So, people with darker skin, their type of melanin that they have does give them some protection from the sun. However, it is minimal, especially compared to today. When we think about the environment, we think about global warming, all of the things, the chemicals that are in the air, all of the things that sunscreen can protect us from if you have the right one. We absolutely need those things. And so sunscreen is going to help you keep that hyperpigmentation from getting darker. So when you don't wear it, I don't care what you're putting on your face at night to help with the hyperpigmentation. If you go back into the sun, you are going to fry your skin, on top of the fact that a lot of the ingredients that you're using to help with hyperpigmentation are going to make you more sensitive to the sun. So you absolutely need to be wearing sunscreen, and you absolutely need to be reapplying it every 2 hours if you're being exposed.
I didn't do that.
Yeah,
so that's what I was going to say. Did you get in the water, and then how long were you out there?
We were on the beach for 8 hours.
Yeah, we was living our life. We had to be out there for like 6 to 8. I'm gonna say 6.
No,
because we had to, for real.
Yeah, we was out there for almost 8 hours because it was almost 4 o'clock, and we had went there.
We went there early in the morning.
We went to brunch, and then we went straight to the beach.
So we was definitely out in the sun from the time we stepped outside.
Listen,
and
when I contacted Dr. Jen,
so y'all in the
we was playing.
We had an umbrella.
That don't matter. I knew she was going to say that. That didn't matter.
I texted Dr. Jen because I was burning so bad to the point at night I was putting my hands on my shoulders because it still felt like the sun was beaming on me, and I am a Black woman. I know some people have questions about my ethnicity. I am Black. Baby, I am Black. Okay. But baby, I burned, and it was one of the worst burns I've ever experienced in my life, and I peeled for almost 2 weeks. And so thank you, Dr. Jen, for helping me out, because mind you, we had went to CVS to get some aloe vera gel.
That was a toss it. What was it? What's the thing we're doing?
Keep it or
throw it in the street.
Throw it in the street.
So the gel is not good for us.
Okay? No.
You need raw. I'm sorry. You need regular aloe vera. All natural. Nothing
So can I get it from a
straight
plant?
from the absolutely. That's actually what I told her to do.
Okay, so I have a question. I have this big ass jug from Walmart. It's aloe vera. No, it's 100% aloe vera liquid. Don't use that or no.
I don't know what's in it. Is it liquid? What else? Is it mixed with anything? I'm
gonna just DM you later.
Probably say if it's like glycerin in it,
get an aloe
plant.
Mean? Like that's the
that's the say less.
Anytime you're using oils or any type of ingredients on your skin that are natural, you want it to be cold pressed. You want it to be raw.
Okay.
You want it to be as little processing done to it as possible.
Understood.
Because it actually performs differently.
Okay.
Yeah, she said, send me the picture, please. I sent you the picture. She says, that's
no.
doing nothing.
So can
nothing.
I say that you are the first black person of color that I've seen who actually, I was with her when before we went out and when we came back in, that I've seen who had sunburn. So from her experience, and I'm sorry you had to go through that because I know that was a painful fucking one.
Oh yes.
But like to see an actual black person experience like sunburn was real to me because I'm darker than both of you.
Yeah. So
I just thought that even though I'm dark, it didn't matter. But now I'm just like, okay, it's going to be what, 80 degrees? It's going to be cloudy or not? It's not going to be cloudy. I'm going to put the sunscreen on. And now I know.
So you have to have sunscreen on every day. If the sun is out, if it is daytime and you're in the sun, you need to have on sunscreen.
Okay.
Whether it's cloudy or whatever it is, overcast, you need to have it on.
Okay, how much them clouds cover the sun? Put it on, baby.
I mean, because when you think about it, the sun is penetrating to the deeper layers of the skin and it's damaging. It's causing cell damage, right? And so every sunburn that you have, it makes you more susceptible to skin cancer. So, and black people can get skin cancer.
Yes, people.
And oftentimes we're more likely to die from it because it goes undiagnosed. And that's another thing that brings me back. Yeah, it brings me back to dermatology. Like, I recommend that you see a dermatologist once a year.
Yeah.
Just a checkup. Check out the new moles you may have on your body. Check out whatever that is that's been there for a couple of months, because it could be skin cancer. It could be anything, because oftentimes whatever's going on inside your body manifests on the outside. So your skin is always speaking to you when you're dehydrated, when you have been drinking too much. For example, if you drink too much, you'll have dark spots and bruises all over your body. So, things tell the story from your skin.
I definitely.
So for the unmelanated people,
honey jacket here,
because I'm confused on how they sign up for this shit and continue to go back into the sun. Because that experience in Miami, I'm like, I don't know how the unmelanated people do this.
I just want to keep rubbing your shoulder.
That's because that's what Torri did. That's what she had to do. 3-4 times.
I cannot
like even in the middle of the night, I would scream because I felt the burning. So for the unmelanated people, like, how does that work for?
I don't know what drives them to try, because they get burned easier. The lighter the skin, the more likely you are to burn.
Melanin.
Yeah, and women that have light fair skin and red hair are the most likely to burn.
Oh,
right?
the gingers.
Not me, y'all. Not me.
Yeah.
This is from the store.
From the store. This
isn't not genetic. Now, does the SPF matter? So, like, I remember, now SPF goes up to 75. Does that matter?
It does matter, but you should have at least SPF 30. But there's not a really big difference from like SPF 30 to SPF 50. So I think the amount of coverage, I believe, is like between 97%, I believe you get from like SPF 30, and I think it goes up to like 98, 99%, with the SPF 50. So it's really not a big difference, but you definitely want at least an SPF 30. The biggest thing that you'll notice oftentimes is that the higher SPFs are going to be thicker and they're not going to spread as easily. Now, the formulations are getting a lot better, but especially for darker skin, it's really, can be challenging. Now, the formulations have gotten a lot better, but still people have to try on a lot of products to find exactly, the product that they want, especially for darker skin.
That works for them, yeah.
So for our second skin condition, you mentioned dry skin, which is something I know I used to have eczema really badly. Where does that actually come from? Especially like in babies. I always think it's really weird when you see this cute little baby and they just look like a snake.
Yeah. Well, so...
You right. It's just funny because that's so true. Either they got greenbacks or they ashy. They not.
So the etiology of it is still unknown. It's not really clear.
Okay.
But there's a genetic component to it, and it can oftentimes be irritated through laundry detergent, any type of allergen. So very prone to like fragrances or anything like that. Very prone to those causing irritation and breakouts.
Get drift for them babies.
Yeah.
So what is a good way to, I guess, cure it?
So that's that. So go to a dermatologist. So eczema, psoriasis, those are things that you go to a dermatologist to help you treat, because you will likely need something that is a prescription, right? Because here's the thing, like a dermatologist, they're going to give you something that is usually going to be more potent than what you're going to get over the counter. And oftentimes there are times where you're going to need something more potent than what you can get over the counter. And so that's why I say I always recommend going to a dermatologist at least once a year. And then once you kind of get it managed, then I think you can use some over-the-counter products to continue to manage it. But I think first you need to go, because a lot of times people even get eczema and psoriasis confused. You know, so you want to make sure that you are addressing the right problem, because you may be thinking of something and the dermatologist may see something else and say, that's not what it is.
Let me tell you how nasty I am. So 2 days ago, I was on TikTok, and there was a lady who had psoriasis in her scalp. And so it was so bad. Like, it was so chalky and nasty. But it was, I don't know, I like watching, like, pimples being popped.
I do too, me too.
So, like, to see her, because she was it was itching so bad that was burning. So the lady, this hairdresser, just took a comb and just went through each part of her hair, like sectioned it out, and you can just see all this dead skin, all the skin just coming up on the on this comb. And so she actually made her own scalp product to be able to help her people.
That's what's up.
But she literally, I appreciate this hairdresser. I can't think of her name right now, but she literally made sure, you know, she combed all that dead skin out, and it is disgusting, but it was so refreshing to watch. And then to see the transformation, to have a clean scalp. I'm like, oh. And she was just like, oh my, she was just moaning. I know it's better than sex, because baby, it was cakey. The whole comb was filled with just skin. It was real bad. Sheesh. So I was just like, I can only imagine.
So I have a question. I don't know if I'm getting off topic, but how does what we eat and drink affect? Because I'm pretty sure her having psoriasis that bad could have possibly been because of what she ate. She eats and drinks.
Absolutely. I'm glad you asked that question. So now I get on my soapbox. So let's start with skin is the largest organ of the human body. So the same way we would do things for our heart to keep our heart healthy, we need to do the same things for our skin. So, you know, when you think about your heart, it's your diet, it's your exercise, it's your sleep habits, it's whether you drink alcohol in moderation or not. It's so many things, lifestyle things that impact our heart, and the same is for the skin. And so when you think about it, because the skin is the largest organ, it's even more important. So there are certain foods, for example, that cause inflammation in the skin and will cause breakouts. If you don't get enough sleep, the skin repairs itself at night. So you will have, you know, breakouts, et cetera, that didn't get a chance to be repaired, or anything that was happening from the sun, any damage that you got. Your body's not able to repair itself. If you're not exercising to get, you know, oxygen to the cells in the skin to help to make sure that you're getting all of the nutrients you need all over the body and the skin, et cetera, then again, that impacts your skin. And so people always ask, like, what can I do? And I'm like, it's so much more than just
go to sleep,
putting
sis.
something. Yeah. Self-care. Yeah. Self-care is healthcare, right? And so doing all of those things, you will see a difference in your skin. So it's not just one thing. It's all of those things. Yeah.
So you mentioned that skincare is some spiritual shit.
It is, girl.
This is my Scorpio sis right here. Shout out to all the Scorpios out there, okay? So
in the Scorpio rising. Shout out to the Scorpio risings, which is me.
So how is skincare spiritual?
You know, I often hear people talk about, you know, they want this glow and they want clear skin and they want all of that. And it starts within, right? And it sounds so corny, right, or cliche, but it's really true. It's really true that mind, body, and soul, if those aren't balanced, then you're not even going to see yourself clearly, right? And so even if I tell you your skin looks beautiful, if you're not even in the mental state to accept that and to receive that, you won't even see yourself clearly, right? And so all of that, you know, really shines through. And so for me, even on my own spiritual journey, I have noticed that even when I have a breakout, et cetera, there's still a glow. You know where it's coming from. And then you also still have this glow. Like, people can see happiness. People can see sadness. Your skin tells your story. So it's like, when you're spiritually stable, when you're spiritually in tune with your body, then like you said, when you're going to have breakouts, when okay, I traveled or I ate this, so my skin might break out. I might need to give my skin this love. You should really be in tune with your whole body in that way, right? Like you should really be the healer of your own body.
Absolutely.
You should be learning how to heal your own body. I think the saying is, a healer is not someone who heals you, but holds space for you to learn how to heal yourself. Something like that. So, it's the same goes for the skin. It's like everything is connected.
Yeah,
you can't. We try to dissect it. Well, okay, I got 8 hours of sleep, but I didn't drink my water, so your skin gonna be dehydrated.
It's gonna be a little dry.
You're gonna be rested, but you're gonna
be dry this week.
Right.
You wanna know what's crazy? Because before we went on air, we were just talking about how our different bodies affect. Stress affects us. So Rita said her body affects her because you say your skin shows, and mine showed the weight. But ahead.
So I have PCOS. So for those who don't know, that's polycystic ovarian syndrome. It's a hormonal disorder. And one of the main things is acne. And so during the panorama, I had acne for the very first time in my entire life. Now, I used to get a couple of bumps here and there, but my skin always been snatched, honey. And so
your sister did not play.
And so I'm like, what the hell is this shit on my face? And it would not go away. I tried every product you can possibly think of, to the point I was putting honey, lemon, turmeric, anything you could possibly think of, I was putting on my face. I was close to putting semen on my face.
I just want everybody to be clear. This was before we met.
This is before Dr. Jen. Okay, this is definitely before Dr. Jen. Okay,
be clear now.
And then I realized that I was like, oh, maybe I'm having a PCOS flare. I am getting older. The body is changing, and so then I started changing my eating. I decided to go on a detox before my 31st birthday, and then I slowly started to see a change. Then I went to see a holistic doctor, and he was like, hey, you have a lot of estrogen in your body. So I actually ended up doing a blood detox because I still had remnants from birth control from 10 years ago still in my system.
Wow.
So quick little science tip.
You said
Dermatologist,
Dr.
right?
Jen.
No, I saw a holistic doctor.
I'm sorry, holistic doctor. That's the guy with the eyes and stuff you talking about in Philly.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he said medicine is two things. Dr. Jen probably knows this. Medicine is either water soluble, which you can pee out your body, and the other is a fat soluble. So that means it stays in your bloodstream. So the crazy thing about it, I haven't been on birth control since I was 21 years old. So technically 10 years ago. And I said to this man, I was like, there's no way in hell this is still in my body. He says, unless you detox it, it's going to stay in your fat. And so when I did that blood cleanse, my face changed, my weight changed dramatically. And I'm like, how many women are out here who are struggling with weight, struggling with acne, struggling with all these things, not realizing the impact of how your hormones are so imbalanced because of birth control and other issues, and how that impacts you. And baby, if I'm gonna show y'all, I'm gonna actually put it on my Instagram. Go to BLT podcast. I'm gonna show you a before of last year and what my skin looks like now. I still have some hyperpigmentation, but it's so much better. When I tell you I looked crazy, and it actually affected my self-esteem, and so it's one of those things where it's a double-edged sword because I try to put makeup on it, but when your pores are a mess, makeup is the most horrible thing that you could put on your face. So I'm like, I can't let people see this ugly ass face when I got all this stuff on here. But at the same time, I'm like, I need the makeup, but the makeup is also perpetuating the cycle because the face isn't breathing. It's not clean. Yeah. And so that really actually helped me. So my acne flare up actually helped me lose 50 pounds. I'm down 50 pounds.
Because I was about to say that. Yes.
It helped me tune into my spiritual journey, and like Dr. Jen said, whatever is on the inside will literally manifest on your face. So a quick little tidbit, if you are experiencing acne on your jawline, understand that that's hormonal. And you can put all the semen and Lysol or whatever in the world, it's not going to happen because how the pores work is so deep that the stuff that you put on your face is just like the first layer, but that stuff that's sprouting up from the root,
the cystic acne.
It's
what
a,
is
it's
it?
a
I'm
bitch.
sorry.
Cystic acne.
Girl, I wouldn't wish that on my enemy. I might, but
I mean, that's not bad. That can have a cystic acne.
Child, it's a mess. And so I'm really grateful that I was able to go through that process. But once again, I eliminated dairy from my diet. I started working out. I started drinking more alkaline water because not all water is good water, people.
Yes.
And so I definitely had to do a switch and do some reflection on myself to see, okay, what habits am I creating in order for me to have the most successful life? And what does that look like? And baby, I had to get my face together. This is my money maker.
But that's the thing. That's how I be feeling. I be like, how am I gonna talk about skin and my face be, looking like that?
Well, especially for you.
But it's real. It's
y'all,
like, but I'm
listen,
human,
sister's
right?
glowing in
And
here. Okay.
Shit happens, like when things change in my life or when I travel, especially when I get on a plane. My skin is like, nah, girl, I don't like this. So I call her Jada, and Jada, she's not happy.
Okay,
Yeah.
I like that.
Hey, Jada.
Separate the face from the body. Then you can really focus on it. I like that.
But you said two things, and it made me think about this. Is as one, as you think about cosmetics and mascara and eyeshadow and all that, I think about that as something that I can use to show my personality and to play with, right? To be creative. Yeah. It shouldn't be that you're using that to cover up
to
your
make
skin.
yourself.
Yeah. Because I love makeup, right? So I'm not one of those, don't wear it, whatever. Make sure you're washing it off at night. Yeah. And it should be something that's for fun. Yeah. And like you said, self-esteem is really connected to a lot of skin issues, eczeoma, psoriasis. I mean, there are a lot of them. Yeah. And then there was one other thing you said, and now I can't remember what it was.
The jawline. And
we talked about the jawline.
We talked about how she ate. She's changing her eating that.
Yep,
the soluble and fat.
Got it. Okay, there it is.
See how we went
So
together?
what you mentioned, you said something about stress, and stress is directly connected to premature aging of the skin. There are studies that show that as stress increases, that cortisol levels increase, that directly degrades collagen in the skin. And collagen is what gives the skin its plumpness. And so when you talk about premature aging, you're really talking about collagen and elastin, which gives the skin its bounce back, those breaking down.
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
So as you age, starting in your 20s, you lose about 1% of collagen every year.
Ooh.
So for everybody that's thinking, I don't need to be doing anything yet. No, you're wrong. Especially if you hit 30, you really need to be doing things and getting in the habit of making sure that you're protecting your skin. Because there are some things that will make it look better, but prevention is always better, right? So, I just want people to understand that.
How can we increase that?
No, go ahead.
Collagen, face yoga, exercise.
Wait, pause. Go back. No, go ahead. I'm gonna come back because I heard face yoga.
She about to show us.
Let's go back to face. Let me write this down real quick. Face yoga.
No, it's already written down. Says you don't got
facial massage.
Okay,
anything that's gonna stimulate, when you're massaging the face, you can stimulate those muscles and you can stimulate that tissue underneath. Okay. And that's really what face yoga is about. Part of what face yoga is about. And then you can take collagen supplements, like a vegan supplement, and really that's vitamin C is needed to make collagen. So I always tell people, make sure that you're getting vitamin C. So I'm big on eating berries, foods that are rich in vitamin C, red peppers. So making sure that you're not only putting it on your face and making sure that you find a stable vitamin C serum or whatever you're going to use, but making sure that you're also eating it. The vitamin C as well. So it's not only about what you're putting on the outside, but it's also about what you're taking.
Absolutely.
Inside.
Yeah, because it definitely will reflect. Because I noticed if I eat too much dairy, I'll get a zit.
Dairy causes inflammation. Processed foods, dairy, processed foods, excess sugar, that is not your friend.
Excess or just like fruit included?
So
I need to record this
really,
for my
you need to
son,
minimize
she
sugar.
don't believe
Period.
me.
So. Really, you need to minimize sugar, period, right? Okay. Because sugar can cause collagen and elastin to break down. It can degrade the skin. I don't know exactly the exact amount off the top of my head. Okay. As to how much you're supposed to have each day. I can't recall.
Okay. Yeah. And that's actually included with fruit sugar as well.
Yes.
Okay. So not just added sugar.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. So you don't want to have too many fruits that are high in sugar.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
So what is that? Bananas,
strawberries, mangoes, pineapple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
All the good stuff.
This is just gonna make it taste good, right?
Listen, I just had to get it on film because my son, he's actually 14. He's experiencing.
We all on film.
Well,
We're definitely on
Thank
IG
you.
Live right
No,
now.
I need to record it for myself. But my son is 14, and I'm trying to tell him, like, baby, you don't need to eat so much sugar. Not that I don't have control over what he eats, but like I need him to understand why he's getting pimples. And I really truly think him eating sugar, like the candy is what it is, because he's a candy fanatic, and I'm a baker, so I don't know if I make it more easier for him. But
I'm sure you do. But yeah, so when you think about the things that are going to really cause inflammation and breakouts, it's going to be your sugar. Alcohol is going to cause dehydration. So I always recommend, and I'm not one of those people to say, oh, you shouldn't do this, you shouldn't do that, but do everything in moderation, right? So for every drink that you have, you should have a glass of water in between, right? To make sure that you keep hydrated, because that's the main thing alcohol is going to do. I said dairy. I believe I said dairy. So that causes inflammation, that can cause breakouts, etc.
Okay.
Any processed foods. So pretty much you want to stay on the outskirts of the grocery store. So yeah,
Go to Mom's.
But again, everything in moderation, right? So McDonald's shouldn't be your life, but that's not to say you shouldn't eat it, right? And the same thing for me, like dairy. I cut out all dairy, but I just can't give up cheese. So
baby,
that's my
same.
Yeah,
I love a good brie.
I gave up the milk. Yeah.
Baby, I can't let the cheese go. Cheese is life.
I tried.
And I don't care if it's crafts or something crafted and gourmet, baby.
No, that's
I don't
how
discriminate
feel.
against the cheese.
Yeah.
But I have to have it in moderation.
I love cheese, and I love chicken. I can cut out everything else but except for lamb. But like chicken and cheese, give me all that.
I mean, it just depends, because meat can be inflammatory, but it just depends on how your body is.
And again, that's the thing. It's like skincare is so personal, right? And so that's another thing. What works for you may not work for me.
Yeah.
And so people need to understand, and I always recommend, you need to go to an esthetician and find out what skin type do you have, so that you're buying the right products for your skin type.
Yeah.
Because just because your girlfriend said it worked for her doesn't mean it's for you.
Absolutely.
And you make things worse if you're buying products. If you have sensitive dry skin and you're buying products for combination skin, it's going to make your condition worse.
Right.
So yeah, you need to make sure that you are using products that work for you. And then that goes back to knowing your body and understanding, like, hey, I'm about to have these breakouts, so I need to put this on. Or I'm going to have these breakouts, so I'm going to put this on my forehead, but something different on my cheeks. You know, you can get into it and make it really personal, so that you're really getting, what your skin needs.
So when we have like PMS and stuff like that, like when women are going through that time and things are hormonal, is there a way that we can prevent so many breakouts? I just had my first PMS breakout. I haven't had one of those since I was 15 years old. I was very confused, and I was very bloated, and I was very upset.
I never have those. Mine's is mainly like I want chocolate.
Yeah, that's
it. I don't like chocolate, but when that time in the cut,
I only like white chocolate.
I don't like it either.
No pun intended.
No, like I noticed specifically when it's that time of the month, like despite my body changes, like the sore breasts and all the cramps, I want a brownie. I want a Snickers. I want some chocolate. What did you experience? I don't really experience.
So for my PMS, I normally just get cramps. And I am hungrier.
Okay.
But I don't necessarily have like a craving. But what I did notice is that I had a mild breakout. And I was not a happy girl.
So two things that can help. First, you want to make sure that you're staying hydrated, right? So because staying hydrated, make sure that the cells are getting what they need, so that the skin can fight off any changes in the body. Second thing, you want to make sure that you're exfoliating, because if you have anything that may go inside the skin, any clogged pores or anything, that's gonna help with anything that's going on hormonally, right? So that's gonna help cause a breakout. So you want to make sure you eliminate that, and then also make sure you're getting rest. Make sure that the body is getting enough rest to make sure that it can repair itself.
Yeah.
And then I said two things, but now it's gonna be four. And then
baby, go
change
ahead.
my mind.
Talk your shit, sis, because we need all the germs. You're the second person with this degree. So
we need this.
And then the last thing is, like you said, make sure that you're monitoring what you're eating. Don't binge eat during those times, because you are more prone to. So can you find something to substitute, the
chocolate?
Yeah, like, I don't know what that would be, but you know what I mean?
Cacao brownie.
Let me go to Mom's and figure it out.
You know they got a solution.
They got a solution, honey. It'll be a lentil bean carrot cake or something.
I live up the street from them. I'm going to go ahead, drop the gem. I'm going to check them out when I leave here.
Yeah,
but there's actually a pill that just came out, and I haven't tried it or anything like that.
I'm not taking it.
But it's supposed to help you internally, like to manage the hormone fluctuations that are that contribute to hormonal acne. again, don't know. You know. I just saw it recently, just like on Instagram, and I thought, that's interesting. And of course, they had people talking about how it helped them.
So let's circle back and talk about this face yoga, child, because Dr. Jen is known for her face yoga. She normally goes on live on Saturdays, and she does different rituals for face yoga. So I would love to try one of the moves.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me tell you a little bit about face yoga. One of the reasons that I started doing face yoga was because I noticed this line in my forehead, right? And so I talked to my dermatologist. Why y'all laughing?
You will not show my age. I just felt
like a wrinkle or just a line?
Like the line in the forehead.
Okay.
Like,
but like a wrinkle line, you know,
like a wrinkle line.
Like an indentation kind of.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like we wear do-rag.
Yeah.
Okay, y'all make
not
sense.
that bad, but yeah. I wasn't there yet, but yeah. So I talked to my dermatologist, and she was like, "Oh, you just need some Botox." And I was like,
"Oh, no, the fuck I'm not.
We are colored.
I am not. So is she. Look, but not knocking it because I know a lot of people that get Botox, and I have no issue with it.
A decent thing.
I'm just not a fan of needles, so I was like, I need some non-invasive treatments. So I started doing some research, and I had dabbled in it a little bit, but then I was like, let me try it again. So I started doing it, and I noticed results in like 7 to 10 days.
Wow!
Because the muscles of the face are really small.
Wait, you tried Botox?
No.
Okay,
not yet. Not yet. No.
Not yet.
Never say never, but not yet.
Okay.
And so then I was like, well, this shit really works. Let me learn how to, teach it. And so then I got certified to teach it because it does a couple of things. For me, it hits on, you're helping to stimulate collagen and elastin. Mm-hmm. It helps to reduce stress because we have a little, good time in the class. And, it helps you to remove toxins out of the body, right? Yes. Because you're moving that stuff out of the body. And so it has a lot of benefits that you can get all at one time. And then there's a spiritual component because we start, our sessions with a meditation. Okay. I always like to bring people to the room, make sure you're centered, make sure you're present. And, it makes you feel good, right? There's something to be said about that, about, hey, on this Saturday morning, I relieved some stress and I did something for me, right?
Absolutely.
So all of that together, that's really, why I love it. But essentially what it does is it works the muscles of the face. So it's going to bulk up the muscles, but not like you're not going to have muscles in your face like so it's strengthening. So it's strengthening those muscles. And so what that does is that pulls the skin taut, right? Mm-hmm. So when that pulls the skin tighter, that relaxes the fine lines and wrinkles that you have in the face.
Right.
The other thing that's happening is that because of the massage and the exercises that you're doing, you're stimulating the muscles. And so you're helping, and that tissue, you're helping to stimulate the collagen and elastin, right?
Yeah.
So that's how you're getting that stimulation, and that's how you're helping to produce collagen and elastin. And then, like I said, because the muscles are so small, you see results really quickly.
Okay.
Results vary, right? So I'm not making promises, but yeah, you're going to see results faster than you would with the workout. So it's essentially a workout for the face, but like I said, it's not bulking up the face. Okay. And anytime you're working out, whether it's face yoga or just the body, you are sending oxygen to the cells. So that's helping to give nutrients and feed the cells, right? So that's helping the skin to continue to perform at its highest, right? And as we age, that slows down. So everything in the body slows down. And so you want to make sure that you're doing things to help to stimulate collagen and elastin, to help to make sure that you're getting the amounts of oxygen that you need, that the circulation in the skin, et cetera, is, acting at its highest potential, essentially.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's do one of the moves.
So these are fun. So here's the thing about face yoga. The other thing, the reason that it relieves stress is because you have fun. So you make silly faces. Don't take yourself too seriously. And the other good thing is that you can do these anywhere, right? So I'm going to show you some moves that you can do in your car. You can do sitting on the sofa. I do them sitting at the stoplight and people look at me like I'm crazy. They're like, what the hell?
What is she doing?
I'm doing face yoga listening to Tupac. They're like, what the hell is going on over there?
That's like one hell of a combination. Tupac and face yoga. He would be proud.
Right?
He would be proud.
I know he's proud of me. We connected like that. Okay, so the first one we're gonna do is it's called Kiss the Sky. So you're gonna put your head back, and this helps with the double chin. So you put your head back, and you literally will kiss the sky. But you're gonna make a sound, and you're gonna make it exaggerated, and you want to make sure that you're making the kissing sound. And we're gonna do that 10 times. Okay.
I'm just thinking I'm kissing God or somebody. That's how I feel too. Because other than that, I feel crazy as hell.
Put your hand right here, and you'll feel the muscle moving, and you can feel that you're.
Oh yeah.
And this helps get rid of this double chin?
That helps
Girl,
with
let me
double
kiss
chin.
let me kiss God some more.
One other one that helps with double chin is you hold your head back again, and you put your tongue, you keep your mouth closed, and you just put your tongue up and down. Move it up and down really fast. So like up, down, up, down.
Are you a lesbian? You did that shit right.
Oh, did that make you proud?
That shit did. You made me proud.
I want to make the alphabet people proud.
I hate you.
Well, I think you did.
You did.
Okay, let's try that again.
See, stress relieving right now.
Stress
Stress
laughing.
relieving.
We stretching our faces. We're not frowning.
So is it slow?
No, you don't put your
Keep your mouth
your
closed.
keep your mouth closed.
Oh, sorry. I'm
and
so
your
used
tongue
to
goes up and down really fast. Keep your mouth closed, and it goes up, down, like to the roof of your mouth and back down.
Oh, like when you scratch your throat.
Yeah.
Like when because I have allergies. So
Basically.
that's what I mean.
Yeah. So up, down, up, down. You feel it moving.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So you do that about 30 seconds.
This feels crazy. Because now I feel like I need to put my finger in my ear to do that little
And do like,
pig
oh,
noise.
yeah.
I just did that earlier. I have really bad allergies, y'all. Don't
If that
judge
helps
me.
you do it.
My little oink oink noise.
So you're doing face yoga and you didn't even know it.
Yup. Look, go ahead, do it. Close your mouth.
It's hard. Why you can't close my mouth? I don't know why I can't close my mouth.
It's okay.
I'm sorry.
That's what she said. That's what she said.
You do it with your mouth closed.
I was doing it the whole time. I got this shit down back. I can move my tongue.
Oh, well. I mean, I'm moving it. I just got to keep my mouth open. And how long do you do that for?
30 seconds.
Good one.
And that helps you with your double chin.
Mm-hmm.
Now, how do you feel about them jockey-looking underwear things that people put on their face to get rid of the double chin? Have you seen it? It looks like a jock strap.
No.
A lot of Asian people wear it.
Hold on, y'all. I'm Google's sister, so let me Google this so I can see.
The jock strap?
Mm-hmm.
It's literally like a face
I mean,
thing.
it may be training the skin because essentially, like, what you can do, and there's some face yoga moves that you're training the skin to stay relaxed, right? So, like,
Right.
there's a move where you put your hand on your forehead and you look left to right, so you find a focal point in the middle, and then you look to the left, and then back to the front, and then to the right, and back to the middle. And as you're doing that, and
you don't move your head right. You're just moving
I
your
really
eyes.
can feel my. I can feel my.
yeah,
I can
and
feel
and your hand is here because you're trying to make sure that you're pushing down gently to keep the forehead in its relaxed position, right? And then when you look up and down, that's the hardest one, is looking up. So you want to.
I'm so used to rolling my eyes, so that's actually easier than moving left to right.
This is hard for me.
I'm so used to rolling my eyes at people, so that actually works better for me.
Yeah.
How long do you do that for?
I usually do it for 30 seconds. Like in a
So do
class.
you have like a combo pack that you do, or should you like work on one thing on the face per?
It's up to you,
Okay.
right? It just really depends on what you want to target.
Okay.
And so I always tell people, if you have time to do a full face workout, that's 20 minutes, right?
Okay.
But if you don't, then do a 5-minute workout and target what you really want to focus on.
Do you do
Because
one-on-one sessions for
I
people?
do one-on-one
Oh,
sessions. Yep. So I create
yes.
personalized plans for people. Yeah.
Yes.
Ooh,
How
I
can they
like
get in touch
that.
with you?
Yeah. drjennoskin.com.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so before we get into our game, I want to do what would you deem as a really good skin routine? Because I know a lot of people are trying to, get better with their skin. No shade.
Yep.
But a lot of people don't know what to do. So I remember when I used to, back in the day, you get a face washer, you get some lotion, you go about your business. Now it's like, baby, you
need
want
a
to
moisturizer,
toner.
Right.
You need a couple of
19
things.
steps.
Yeah.
So what would you think would be a really good, like, especially for beginners, what would be a good skincare routine for people?
So I always say less is more for beginners because you
Okay.
don't want to overwhelm people and you don't want to sign up for something that you're not going to actually do.
Right.
So starting at a macro level, I would say a dermatologist once a year. I would say an esthetician every month.
Okay.
People should be going to estheticians for maintenance, right? Because
Okay.
again, they have more potent ingredients than
And
you
they know
can
what they're
buy over the
doing.
counter, right? And they
Exactly.
can treat specific issues and conditions in a way that you can't do it at home, right?
Right.
So all the at-home facials, they're great and love them, but they do not replace an esthetician. It's the same way you go get your hair done and your nails done and all of that. You need to go to your esthetician monthly.
Right.
And then on a daily basis, in the morning, you have to not moisturize. You have to cleanse. And I found out that 55% of Americans don't wash their face every day.
How is that possible?
55%.
That's a lot of people. Y'all
Isn't that
nasty.
crazy? Okay.
I want to say it contributes to lifestyle too. I mean, I wash my face every day because I'm in the kitchen. But somebody like my son, he doesn't Well, I'm lying.
And you
But
know,
what-
boys
how-
nasty.
No, I'm sorry. We talking about a different chair. My son washed his face. You seen him recently?
Yeah.
Like that face is like nice and silky. My bad. But I think it's lifestyle though. People might not have time. Like Kate and John
In
and
the
Kate plus
shower?
8.
In
They
the
probably
shower,
In
you
the
can
shot.
you can wash your damn
Okay.
face.
Well, listen, I'm trying to defend y'all who don't wash your face every day. So
You
It's
better
a
be
lot of them.
You need to wash your
50
face.
Wash your face and don't use the same rag that you wash your
your
ass
face
And
with.
don't
wash your face
use your
with the
bar
same
soap on your face.
To the men who listen to the show,
Sorry.
please stop using Axe and Irish Springs on your damn face. This is not a one for all.
yeah.
And you'd be surprised that women do it too.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Okay,
Come on,
can I?
good sisters.
Okay,
Okay. Okay.
can I like say that I'm one of them women who use my black soap for my body and my skin?
Well, I mean, it depends on what's in the black soap.
Mine is
Because that is
homemade.
usually those are, those are
yeah.
different. But I'm talking about like
Okay, so we
a
said
regular off the shelf bar soap is
Okay.
not going to be for your face.
Dove is
Yeah.
not soap, y'all. It's a moisturizer, but okay.
So you want to have a cleanser. Make sure you have a cleanser.
Okay.
And again, you've gone to the esthetician, so they have told you your skin type, so you
Yeah.
know the types of products that you should be buying. They'll make product recommendations to you, and then you'll know also how to shop in the store because you'll
Okay.
know your skin
Right.
type.
No, yeah.
So you need to have a cleanser. You need to have a moisturizer. Even if you have oily skin, there are oil-free moisturizers, but you need to protect your barrier. So
Okay.
the barrier needs to be protected, so you're replenishing that moisture that you may have lost by cleansing the face, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you have, you may have a toner. So let me go back. That depends on your age. So I recommend that people starting about the age 35, if you have not been using a toner, that you start using a toner.
And what is a
Okay.
toner for?
So toners have multi-purposes now, right? So they're helping to rebalance the pH, the skin pH.
Okay.
Because the pH usually goes up, well, depending on the products, but the skin pH is usually changes because you're putting products and water on the face, right?
Gotcha.
So it's helping to rebalance, and the body rebalances itself. The body is a smart system, but I always think of it as just another boost, right?
Right.
To help
Gotcha.
it get back to normal faster. And then now they have other ingredients that they put in it. So it may be your first level of active that you're adding to the skin. So maybe you
Okay.
have hyaluronic acid for hydration or something like that that's going to be in it.
Okay.
My rule of thumb is I don't recommend spending a lot of money on cleansers. They're going down the drain, right? You really should spend your money on your toner and really your moisturizers and your serums, right? The
Okay.
things that are going to stay
Gotcha.
on your face. Okay, so we've cleansed, we've used the toner, we've moisturized, and then we used our SPF, right? So we
Okay.
protect. So you may have a moisturizer that has it in it, or you may have a sunscreen that's separate. It's
Okay.
really personal preference, right?
Okay.
I always use one that's separate so that I can mix and match my moisturizers with whatever, but it's really whatever the preference is.
Okay.
Those are the must-haves. Those are the four things.
Can I
That's-
ask a
that's the
question
holy
about
grail.
toner?
Yeah.
Okay, so I went to school for skincare and aesthetics. I was just bored, wanting something to do. So I also learned that toner is good for when you are popping bumps. It closes the skin. It tightens the skin. Is that true?
It depends on what's in it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
So it
okay.
depends on
Please
the
don't pop your
ingredients.
bumps.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You better go to your esthetician, child.
Please let them do that.
Yes. 'Cause your hands, if you're not washing your face, then you popping your
You
damn
popping
zits.
dirt
I
on
know
dirt.
exactly. And you get your dirty ass hands.
You'd be amazed. at
I'll
the
be
things.
remiss if I'll say if you ain't washing your face, I know you ain't washing your hands. And you gonna touch your face? Oh no, it's nasty.
Can I ask my question next?
Oh,
Okay.
I was-
Go
let me
ahead. Go ahead.
So let me do the nighttime. So nighttime is similar.
Okay.
It's a cleanse, is tone, and then you put on your nighttime serums if you
Okay.
have them, and then like your overnight cream. So nighttime
Okay.
is really when you have anything that you're trying to treat. So if you're talking about anti-aging,
Makes
acne,
sense. Them
any of that, I
serums will
always
work.
recommend that for two reasons. One, because a lot of the ingredients or the actives that are going to be in there are going to make you more prone to sensitivity from the sun. And two, because the body repairs itself at night. And so you're giving the body a chance to repair itself and to boost it with whatever you're putting on it, because it doesn't have to be competing against all the things that are happening during the day.
Okay, makes
So
sense.
I always recommend actives at night.
So do you
Okay.
so for retinols, do you prefer to have that at night?
You absolutely,
Okay.
because you are
Yeah.
absolutely more prone to sun sensitivity.
Yeah.
And and sometimes people say, you can use it morning and night, make sure you put on your sunscreen, but just to be safe, especially because people are not putting on sunscreen on a regular basis. So just to be safe, and I do it myself, I just recommend those type of ingredients you use at night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's your
Okay.
question, bro?
So my question was, do you use like what type of stones? Because we talked about spirituality, and I just think that you probably have some stones sitting around, or you have a love
I
quartz.
don't own any stones.
Oh,
I'm joking. No,
no, I'm about to say, oh, okay.
She a damn
I
lie.
accept you for who you are. Right now.
I'm not mad.
So do you use what type of is it okay to use not your personal stone that you have around the house, but do you use specific stones for your skincare?
Yeah, you can, right? So my favorite one is rose quartz.
That's what I use.
So rose quartz is just a healing stone. Of course, it's for your heart, but it helps to heal the skin.
Okay.
And there are quite a few stones. It's about 10 or 12 of them that help with different, types of skin ailments. So wound healing, etc. So yeah, I absolutely use them. It depends on what you're using it for, but recommended putting it under your pillow or wearing it, depending on, of course, what you're trying to treat. But yeah, I mean, everything is energy, right? And as we talk about manifesting and all those things, you can manifest the skin you want too, right?
This is so true.
And so that's what I say. It all comes back to skincare being spiritual and thinking about it in that way. Thinking about being in tune with your body and in tune with your spirituality and your soul and who you are and all of that.
Yeah.
Okay, so now it's time for our game.
Okay.
So we have a little game. It's like a this or that, but we're going to keep it or we're going to throw it to the streets. And by the streets, we mean the trash.
I pray she don't say any of my
so
stuff
we just
away,
have random products for Dr. Jen to, are we going to keep it or are we going to throw it to the streets, child? And this is no shade to any of the brands, but if you trash, child, you just trash. Respectfully.
Dr. Kills, please work. Please be nice.
So I have, first up is going to be Shea Moisture Illuminating Hand and Body Scrub with Vitamin E. Are we going to keep it or are we going to throw it to the streets?
Okay, let me see which one.
My spectacles. Let me see.
And she got contacts in, y'all.
Yeah, I like it for real. I might need some bifocals for real.
Ain't no face yoga for that.
No. Like some eye movements I can do. Flutter my eyes.
Eat some carrots, child.
Okay. I would keep this one.
And why is that?
Just looking at the ingredients. I mean, sugar is the first ingredient. Sugar is a great exfoliant.
Okay.
Glycerin is going to help to moisturize the skin. Safflower seed oil is a great oil too. So just looking at it's great for moisturization and helping with barrier.
Okay.
The only thing I would say is that I don't like that the fragrance is so high up on the ingredient list because fragrance can cause irritation. It's one of the key irritants that you find in products.
So something that's a little bit more less fragrant, but still pretty good.
But yeah, I would keep it.
But not on. You can't put this on your face. Just body.
No. So
no.
What about lips? Okay, why?
No. It depends on the consistency for lips. So I'm not gonna say no to lips.
Okay.
It depends on the consistency of the scrub and how large the crystals are. But I do not. There's only one.
I open it up for her, y'all.
Yeah, I think it's okay.
Okay, because I've been putting it on my lips.
Yeah.
Okay, but not on my
cute
on
though.
my face.
I like it.
That's why I can't keep my mouth closed.
I know, like, close your mouth.
I was trying for real. It was so hard. All right, next your product.
So I have this.
Oh, I want to say one more thing.
Okay, I'm sorry.
But I do prefer natural exfoliants just because it's something that you can really whip up in your kitchen.
You can.
What is it?
Lush is my favorite
you can
place
use
to be.
Sugar and coconut oil,
and that's
honey. Yeah.
I'm gonna say sugar. Lush has this really good sugar and honey lip scrub before you put your lip gloss on. They make
but
sure
she was saying you can just make it in the house.
That's what I'm going to say. Yeah, make me think about that.
So how long do you let it sit for though? Like when you make it with the sugar and the whatever else.
Before you use it.
Before you use it.
Yeah,
you can use it right away. I mean, it depends on how warm you warm up like the coconut oil because you're gonna have to heat it up to melt it. So it just really depends on how long it takes for it to cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Our next product.
All right. So I have it's one of my favorite skincare products. It's my Retinol overnight serum, and I know you said something about having like an overnight serum. I think it's right there. Yep.
I don't like the way she looking.
No, I like this one. Keep this one.
Okay. Cool.
We gonna keep it.
Yay.
Yeah.
Okay.
We gonna keep it. Okay. What's the name of the brand, Torri?
I don't even
Skin
think that's.
Assistant?
I'm gonna say Skin Assistant. Yeah, I'm gonna say it's either like Valjean or Pearl Essence because that's the only ones I use, and then Fenty, and then what Kills. So.
And why would you keep it?
I like all the oils in it. Okay, I was looking. I was like, I don't see the retinol. Okay, finally I got to it. These for the cause.
Yes, right.
These, I like it because it's full of oils, and oils are really great for the skin. They have so many different benefits: anti-inflammatory, antioxidant properties, moisturization. So anytime I see something that has a lot of oils in it, I usually like those products.
Okay.
Ooh,
So we
I think the thing to keep in mind though is it depends on your skin type, right? So if you have oily skin,
there
are oils that you can use, dry oils, like grapeseed oil, but you want to be mindful of that. But yeah, I would keep this one.
Oh yes, thank you. Yay, I feel better now.
How much does it say? How much retinol is in it?
I don't think so.
That's what I'm looking for.
Probably 0.5%.
Girl, listen, you see
they be playing.
Yeah, because
it came from Marshalls. You can see the price.
Wait, am I right? Is it 0.5?
Second to, it doesn't say, but it's
it
second
doesn't say.
To last.
So that means like
it's the lowest.
Yeah,
so, yeah.
But what benefits you notice? Like just moisturization from it. What do you notice?
I just feel like my skin is not dry because I work in the kitchen. I don't feel like my skin is so dry. Like when I can come home and be like okay without using this for like a day or two because I've used it like all week.
Okay, got it. Okay.
Next one is going to be our Clean and Clear Deep Cleaning Astringent. I haven't used this in forever. I meant to throw this out, but God must knew I was going to see Dr. Gent, so I just kept it.
Let's see. So what are my options? Is it what?
Keep it or give it to the streets.
Or throw it to the streets.
Throw it to the streets. Okay. Where's the? Okay. Oh, it has it has salicylic in it, which I absolutely love for acne.
Okay.
My favorite acne ingredient.
And is that good for like teens?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Okay, cool.
That's what I used to use as a teenager too. Clean and Clear is like
I used to use Clean and Clear too. Yeah,
it's like advertised for that.
Yeah, Clean and Clear and Neutrogena.
Yeah.
I used to use Clear Pore Treatment. Let me tell you something. That was one of the best products I have ever used in my life to this day.
Really?
Yes. I used to buy it off of eBay when they started. So
before like, Amazon.
Yeah, you're right.
Right.
I was in grad school then. I was like, okay, I think they stopped making it like a year ago, so let me stop buying it. To the streets, toss it to the streets.
Okay.
She said toss it to the streets.
I think it can be really drying.
Yes,
that's
this is
the thing
very
about
drying.
that. Yeah. So if you're gonna use it, I would say make sure that you start off using it once or twice a week to see how your skin's gonna react because with the ingredients that are in it and the salicylic, it can be really drying.
Yeah, so we're going to throw that to the street.
Okay, so this is CeraVe. This actually is my son's skincare. I used it.
And this is like the TikTok
this
thing
is like
now.
the go-to.
What is
this? This is everywhere. I just got it for my son because I felt like it was something new to try.
I've been seeing this all over TikTok.
What are they doing?
I don't know, child.
So
facial cleanser?
Okay, so I can tell you, I went from Fenty skincare and Rihanna. I love you. I'll continue to buy your underwear, but I don't really care for the Fenty beauty product or the cleansers. The moisturizer maybe like the Serum's cool, but it didn't do anything for me. So yeah, this is why we got this.
I like this brand. You can keep this one.
Okay.
Oh, we gonna keep it.
Okay. We doing right over here.
We doing all right.
Yeah. The only thing I would say is that, as you're using hydrating cleansers or using cleansers that are kind of lighter, that's again one of the reasons why you want to go to an esthetician because you get a deep clean. And even your son, it's important for us to start talking to our kids about skincare now, right? Because they need to know what's proper and the proper way to take care of the skin and to think about it in a different way versus just like this cosmetic tapestry that we just put makeup on. We need to be having the conversations about, head to toe, how to take care of your body. And the other thing is that people don't think about hair care in that way either, but your scalp is skin.
Yes.
So it's all connected.
It's all connected.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Okay, so for our next one,
this is my favorite one. I'm so glad you bought this.
Yeah, so this is like the infamous face mask. This is a bamboo charcoal facial mask, and this is from Spy Life. But I think I got this from Marshalls, and it looks really weird. It's just an all black.
I really want to know about these masks because these masks are really a trend while she's reading. These masks are really a trend, and I really want to know, like, should we keep these or like let me put my light on for you, sis?
No, it's a glare.
It's the glare from
she keeps saying this damn glare. I don't think this glare is this.
I think that maybe this.
I think Dr. Jen need to eat her carrots.
Does that work? Oh no. Okay. But these masks are a trend, and I just really want to know do they work?
Self-care trend.
Yeah, and I love it, but does it really work? I always wanted to know that.
So here's I like everything in it except for the fact that I don't like that the phenoxyethanol is so high up in the.
You saw she said that. Say it again.
Phenoxyethanol.
And what is that, child?
Let's try to say it.
Keeps the formula stable. It keeps the formula stable.
Oh, okay. So it's like a
I can't never think of the word.
Compound?
No, it's like a preservative.
That word.
Yeah.
There we go. It's like
I tell you, I forget that every
I'm the chef. I got you.
Yes.
Preservative.
Yes.
Think about food when you say it. Preservative.
Yes. But again, charcoal. I'm a DIY. Like literally, you can get some. You can make this at home in like 2 steps. It's not gonna be peel off. So of course, you know it's gonna be more. But you know it's natural. You know where it came from.
So we're gonna keep it, or we're gonna throw it in the streets?
We're gonna semi-keep it. I feel like
she gonna throw it in the streets.
You gonna keep this one. You gonna keep this one, but you're not gonna buy no more.
No more. Okay, got you.
So you can use this one, but we gonna.
And that's it. And that's all. So it's really you throw it in the streets.
But I don't want you to waste your money. So we gonna
All right. So I have like this facial mask glow from Valjean. And I use this after I like have put my oils and wash my face and my moisturizer on. When she too quiet, y'all, I get scared.
No,
she
like she
reading.
time. I know, right?
I don't recognize either, so I mean, I'm just keeping it real. Like,
that's exactly it. Like, oh, shit.
I'm not a formulator, so hey.
Okay.
So I do know a lot of them, but not all of them. So you know.
No, I understand.
And I ain't even gonna sit here and be like, yeah, this. Give me a second.
I can pronounce it, but I don't know what the fuck it is.
Seen it before, but I might not be able to tell you exactly.
Does it really work?
You should see her mind moving.
I know.
Shout out to everybody who's on live right now.
Shout out
you
to
can
y'all.
actually see us in
Hey,
here
y'all.
like.
I don't know. The jury's out on this one because I need to look up a couple of things.
So you gonna have to screenshot and send that to her.
Yeah,
I'll definitely do that.
I can't come to a conclusive affair.
So this is actually a Shea Butter that my sisters created.
Okay.
Diamond Divine. So if y'all want to support her, you can definitely do that. And hers is all natural, but we're going to have the expert look at it.
Okay.
Because we don't do lies over here, child. We keep it real.
Body butter. Yep. Keep it.
It's so net. It's only like 4
ingredients. I mean, that's the
thing.
thing. Like all the oils, this stuff is good for you, and it's going to moisturize your skin. I love stuff like this.
Yeah. I do too. I actually use this for my for my nighttime regimen. And it gives me a nice glowy dewy. Like after I do my routine, it gives me a nice dew. And I'm not saying that because she's my sister. I love my sister very much. But baby, if it belongs in the streets, it belongs in the streets. Okay, I'm definitely gonna let you know. So, but I do actually love this product. Do you have one more product, baby?
And that one you use on your body, right?
I do use this on my body.
Because that one's that's thick for your face.
Yes, and I definitely put it on my
feet.
a
lot of heavy oils for your face.
Yeah,
which might clog the pores. So.
I'm gonna say, so my favorite one is like this eye serum because I do not want nobody's crow's feet. So this is Pearl Essence eye serum.
And how does eye serum, as you're thinking, differentiate from moisturizer?
Usually the serums in general have more concentrated ingredients, so they're gonna give you more of a punch, more bang for your buck, essentially. But you want to pay more attention to the skin underneath your eyes because it's the thinnest skin, so it's more prone to any type of like inflammation or dark circles, bags, all of that. Some of that could be genetic dark circles, but in general, it's more prone to any type of irritation or inflammation that would happen to the face.
It's not off topic, but dark circles could that be from allergies as well?
It could be. Okay. So dark circles can be, a lot of it can be genetic. Okay. But then a lot of it could be lifestyle, right? Okay. So again, face yoga is something too that can help with dark circles. Because what you want to do is stimulate that lymphatic fluid, right? You want to move that out because a lot of times that's what's causing some of the puffiness and the buildup in that area. The blood is, stuck there. Yeah. Okay. So you want to move that out. To get it circulating.
She better preview because I live by that.
Does it have retinol in it?
I couldn't even tell you.
It has caffeine in it.
It's like a stimulator.
I might have saw caffeine and was like, oh yeah, let me get that. But
peptide. Okay. So peptides are gonna help to like plump that area. So anytime you plump that area, because it is so thin, when you plump it and you plump it through your serums and you plump it through like hydration, it's gonna minimize anything that you have. Okay. Any darkness that you have, it's gonna plump the skin and make it less noticeable.
I live by, you can take all this stuff away that I use and just give me an eye serum and I'll be okay with that.
I say keep it.
Keep it?
Yes.
Oh, we got some good products on here, y'all.
Shout out to Pearl Essence for your
Well, thank you, Dr. Jen, for playing our game. We appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Yeah, and she did that so quick, y'all. The people that saw live, you saw how she looked. That was like, nope.
Yeah.
Well, so when she got quiet for me, I was like, oh shit, I can't keep this. Cause she just know off that she knows.
I'm trying
like,
to piece it all together. In my head,
yeah.
Like,
And
you're truly good at what you do.
Everything's subject to change. Like everything doesn't work for everybody.
Yeah.
But just like a general consistency, like
Yeah.
of what people use, because everybody, is trying to be on this trend, which is a good thing. I mean,
there are just certain things that I stay away from.
And what's that?
So like sodium lauryl sulfate, for example, that is a surfactant or what gives you the cleansing agent that's going to be in anything that you have, right?
Okay.
Like a shampoo or the foaming face washes. Some of them have sulfates in it. So a lot of formulas now are sulfate free, but sulfates are really strong. And you'll find them a lot in, cleansers for the body washes and stuff like that. But I don't like them for cleansers for the face.
Okay.
The other thing that I forgot to say when we were talking about that scrub, I do not like scrubs for the face.
Okay.
I like Dermatologist Daily Microfoliant, but it's like a powder. So it's like it's grainy. It's not even grainy. Yeah, it's grainy. Yeah, because it's not granules. Because scrubs can cause micro tears in the skin.
Oh, being too rough.
Yeah. And so, while you need skincare for your skin and your body, they're different because the skin on your body is thicker, so it's tougher and it can withstand more. So like a scrub versus
I'm gonna send this to my dad
face.
because he's a St. Ives apricot. That's all he uses, and his face looks amazing.
Yeah.
But
Listen,
once again, he doesn't. When
that man
ages,
look like he my age.
I know my dad looks really young.
Yeah.
But that's all he uses. That and some water. But baby,
people are.
I put it on my face the last time I went there. I said, "Oh, this shit is rough."
Is it?
Like,
I haven't used one. I used to use
If you
them
have the
in high
crusty
school.
of feet, use St. Ives apricot scrub. I'm guarantee you have the most softest feet that you'll ever have known to mankind. But that makes sense because the skin is so sensitive,
right?
And you're tearing it. Oh, that's interesting. I'm gonna send this to him because he needs to know. Because by the time he gets
Dad,
60,
you watching this, you're listening, okay?
Hey, Dad.
Get it
That's
together.
not it. It's
Don't
not
use
gonna be
it.
That's
It ain't
not
for
gonna be
you.
it. But thank you so much for joining us. I really do
Yes.
appreciate you and all your wisdom. Please come
Absolutely.
again because I know the girls are going to have more questions. to
Absolutely.
ask.
One thing I wanted to mention.
What?
My girl had a
Three
car.
things. Look, because I ain't want to forget this. Sunscreen. I want to reiterate that.
Okay.
Yes.
Everybody needs sunscreen
Every 2
every
hours,
day.
that's
If it
true.
is daytime, the sun is out, which means you need sunscreen. Hydrate. Make sure you stay hydrated. You will notice that changes in your skin when it's dehydrated. And then the last thing, that sex is good for the skin. I'm gonna say that again.
Oh, I'm sorry,
How did you
friend.
forget that?
Listen,
That's why I'm like, I gotta.
I'm gonna go home and have some names as soon as I leave here.
Now, why is that the case?
So it's like working out,
I'm
right?
gonna say exercise.
And it stimulates what is it, oxytocin, I believe. So it helps to. It's like a high, right? So it's helping to minimize stress.
Euphoric.
Yeah. And so as you're helping to minimize that stress, of course, that's helping to minimize degradation of collagen and elastin, etc. So you're minimizing premature aging essentially as you have sex. It's also bringing circulation to the face and to the whole body because usually
you can do your facial
if you
yoga
if you involve
sex.
okay,
No
if you're
pun intended,
involved,
or all pun intended.
All pun intended. When you're giving fellatio, you can try the chin thing with your mouth closed with the tongue
if you
thing.
talented like that, go for
Do your
it.
thing. Okay, I can see it. I can see all the benefits. Okay.
so you're feeding the cells essentially. You're bringing oxygen. And
Okay.
nutrients
Is
to
there
the
any
cells.
certain positions that we should know about that's going to help?
I mean, I
with
just think you need to be fully involved, right? You're laying down
Mentally and physically. That makes
Yes.
sense.
that? Please be a
But it's
participator.
a whole, yeah.
Please be a
That's
participator.
some spiritual shit too.
Oh
So,
yeah, that's absolutely true. So can we clear up a rumor? Because men love to say
Okay.
this, like when you
I know
have
where
an
you going
orgasm
at.
on
I'm
a
waiting.
person's face, that it actually helps with the skin.
I've heard
Does
that.
sperm help?
Not that I have ever seen a study. I
Not
don't
that
know.
she have
I've never
experimented
seen
with.
a study, so I can
No,
neither
no
confirm
scientific
nor
studies
deny.
with the sperm.
Not that I know of, but I'm sure it's out there. We should Google that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, here go Google. Hold on, y'all. Let me see.
Because it might be.
No, because they were saying that because it has a lot of vitamins. Well, if you are a healthy man, because there's a lot of men out here who
Who drink-
probably taste like jerk chicken.
Girl,
But here's the thing. I
Okay.
would think, and this is about to
the sperm
sound
have
gross,
protein.
but
Hold
I
on.
would think that it would be healthier for the man to put it on his own face because it's his own body.
Oh yeah, that's coming
It
from
makes
them.
sense.
So-
Okay, so I gave her my phone to look at. I googled the sperm had protein because sometimes we need protein, I guess, for a good skincare regimen.
I thought it was for my body, but I mean,
Okay.
We're going to talk to Dr. Jen about this.
I'm gonna go ahead. Google what you need to, because sisters definitely go ahead. I want to know.
I've been hearing that for years.
What do you think?
I've heard that for years.
I've heard it for years that sperm is good for your face, and I just thought that,
I'm not that girl.
it was just nasty.
It says it contains antioxidants.
But I feel like that's
is it for okay? So I'm a lesbian, right? So if like is it the same thing for women, or is that like a heterosexual thing? Like I need to know so I can put my face in more pussy. I don't know.
I don't think that's gonna help you.
Okay,
unless that's gonna help you with a beard, but I don't think that's what you want.
Thought too. Like
I don't think that's what you want though.
I don't want a beard. I just want clear skin.
If y'all don't get some vitamin C serum,
let's do it. Okay.
But yeah,
it looks like it might, but I don't know.
Baby, I will not be the subject for that. I'll let the streets handle
the article, but
I'll let the streets handle all of that. But thanks again, Dr. Jen, for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
And please let them know how they can contact you. Give them your social medias so people can contact you.
So I'm on Instagram, drjen_noskin, and my website, drjennoskin.com.
Yes.
Thank
so
you for
please,
having me.
and if you are a VIP person like me, you can just have access to her, and you can just hit her up and say like, "Hey, I got bumps on my face. What the fuck is this?
What the hell going on now?"
I was like, "Hey BFF, I'm breaking out," but I was having an allergic reaction. I think it was the eyelash glue because she told me because I started taking oregano oil and I started taking chlorophyll, and I had like these really weird bumps on my face, and I was like, my cousin who's actually a dermatologist, but she just had a baby, so she don't got time for me. So I was like, let me contact my BFF because she be knowing what the hell she talking about. She saved my burning skin. And she was like, yeah, this is an allergic reaction, so let's step away. Did you eat something different? Did you wash with something different? And I was like, no, I just took some vitamins. She says, okay, what are the vitamins? She says, okay, send me the pictures, please. Send her the pictures. And she's like, okay, well, let's remove both of them. Give it a couple of days. Let's see what happens. And then bring them back and see how you respond. So I did do that. I realized that my nail tech person used a new eyelash glue. And so I think I'm allergic to that particular eyelash glue.
Listen, I just use hair glue for these strip lashes. I don't think it failed me yet.
You don't want your eyelashes when you own them.
I'm gonna call you for a summer to make them grow. No.
If you don't start using it, I
will stop using it.
Girl, who was you? You were on the blacklist.
All these videos on my phone to her. This is who I am, sis. Help me out, please.
Oh my God.
No, you have been so helpful to me, and I've been a guest host here, and I'm so glad I was able to make this show because you have definitely been such a help to me. I'm so glad you was able to approve and throw away some of our skincare
Yeah,
regimens.
a lot of people need it. And we're definitely going to have you back because we have other things to talk about. Yeah. So for our Ask to Read this week, this actually is for Dr. Jen. So Jordan, who is a bald-headed man, he also has a beard. He is very prone to nasty ingrown hairs in both areas. So he wants to know how can he prevent and get rid of these ingrown hairs on his head and his beard.
Can I guess how before you say I want to see if I'm right? Is exfoliation a tip? Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Come
Okay.
on
Okay.
now,
Okay. Look at me.
That's
okay.
Get
Okay. I've been listening to you.
First, I'm gonna tell him to go to an esthetician.
Okay.
Honestly, because you need to understand what's really happening. So I can pontificate to say what's going on, but it can be some underlying things happening. Also diet and all those things. So an esthetician should ask those questions.
Okay.
But exfoliation is going to be key because you want to make sure you're removing all of those dead skin cells. Because what happens is that when you leave that skin there and you don't exfoliate, what's his name?
Jordan.
If Jordan's working out, he's leaving that sweat on his scalp, on his skin. Is drying out his skin, is drying out his scalp. He needs to make sure he's removing that. That can change the pH. That can cause irritation and build up. And then also sweat can clog the pores, right?
Okay.
So you need to be removing sweat. And then anything, if he's not taking care of his skin the same way he takes care of his face, then that can be the issue, right? The exfoliation, because when you don't exfoliate, you have dead skin cells. You have all the product that you're using. All that stuff builds up and it clogs the pores. So it causes breakouts and causes inflammation. Depending on what the breakouts look like, it could be inflammation, so it could be connected to his diet too.
Wow.
Yeah. So
I didn't even think about that for ingrown hairs. I just thought it was dirty pieces of hair growing back.
Well, and the other thing is that there's a study that shows that the more you shave, the less likely it is. You don't give the hair time to go back into the skin, so it minimizes ingrown hairs, especially for Black men who have curly hair and it curls back.
I have a question about exfoliation. Before someone shaves or waxes, should they do it like a day before, 48 hours before? How important is the exfoliation process, or when should they do it?
I would say do it a day before.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because you don't, in case it irritates the skin, or and sometimes you can put stuff on it that stings, and
Understood.
And I like exfoliants that I know they work.
You want to
so,
understood.
I say a day before, 24 hours.
So you would recommend getting exfoliant prior to like shaving or going to the barbershop or something like that for men?
Yeah. So like my husband uses the Dermatologist daily microfoliant that I told you about.
Okay.
Yeah. So he uses that. He has a bald head on his head and his face. Yeah.
And you do that before you cut. Oh, okay. Well, Jordan, I hope that helps you. Because them ingrown hairs.
And that's the thing. We should be exfoliating everywhere. So if you get wax, you need to make sure you're exfoliating, not just the face, right? Because that skin builds up. And again, as we age, people don't like to hear it, but everything slows down.
Yeah.
So the skin it doesn't turn over as quickly. And so you have that buildup. So if you ever notice how smooth your skin is after you exfoliated, because you've removed all that buildup, that's dead skin that's left on the skin.
What that black soap
and the product buildup, So you need to make sure that you're exfoliating on regular basis, but don't over exfoliate.
What's a good average?
So for the face, I always say start low, once a week.
Okay.
See how and usually once you get into a rhythm, again, this is pay attention to your skin, right? You'll be able to feel like, oop, yep. I can always tell on my nose and my cheeks.
I'm about to say
my
right
nose,
here,
right
the
here.
T-zone for me is
And then I would say no more than 3 times a week.
Okay.
But the daily microfoliant is every day if you want to use it for that. I just don't.
You just choose not to.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, keyword, people, exfoliate. And for the men, please stop using regular soap. Yes. Please.
And please
Dove
use
is not a
sunscreen
soap.
Too. So Jordan needs to be using sunscreen too. Because that's the other thing, that any type of inflammation or anything that's happening on the skin, the free radical damage is going to make it worse, right? So it can cause even more inflammation. It's just going to exacerbate anything that's already happening. And so now with the sunscreens, it's not just protecting you from the sun, but just the environment. Because a lot of sunscreens have additional ingredients now that are protecting you from pollution and all different types of things. So it's just really important. I fuss at my husband all the time too. Put on your sunscreen.
Any good brands that you can think of at the top of your head for a good sunscreen?
There are a couple that I like. Super Goop has a good one. I'm thinking about for men especially. And there's one, I can't think of it. It's a Black-owned brand too that I just started buying for my husband. He really likes it.
Okay.
I can't think of the name. Escapes me. And then for women, I like Glossier because it's a gel and it's clear. I like things that go on clear. Also, like Venus has a
Venus, like for the shaving people.
Yeah.
Oh,
no. Venus, the tennis star. No.
Oh,
Venus Williams. Yeah.
Venus.
Yeah.
Oh, she has her own. Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't know she had her own line.
Yeah. So she has it's a liquid. It's a physical sunscreen, so it doesn't have any chemical sunscreen ingredients in it. So it's titanium dioxide and zinc oxide. I believe it's both. But that one's pretty nice because sometimes those really, the physical sunscreens will leave that white cast on the skin. But it's a liquid, and it goes on and it leaves kind of like a matte finish, but not too dry.
Okay.
Your skin doesn't look dry.
I didn't know she had her own product though. Good for her.
Me either.
Yeah.
Good for her.
Yeah.
Well, thank you again, Dr. Jim. So for our words of wisdom this week, it is, our skin is the fingerprint of what is going on inside your body in all skin conditions. And that's actually by Dr. Georgiana Dondio. I hope
you did it right.
I think I did it right. So just remember, like, everything that's happening on the inside will manifest literally on the outside. Whatever you were feeling inwardly is going to appear outwardly. Yes. And that can be for your skin, it can be for how you feel about yourself. It shows up in various ways. And just make sure that, your self-care, your self-love, the people that surround you, make sure your environment is healthy. Make sure whatever you put in your body as far as food is healthy. Because all of that stuff, when you're angry, when you're sad, when your body is inflamed, when you're in pain, all of that is a trigger for everything you're already feeling and experiencing in your mind. So just remember, if you feel a pain, check your mental health first. Like, check some other things first before, I'm going to pop a pill and go about my business.
Absolutely.
Everything is connected, and your body is having a conversation with you and letting you know, like, hey, I'm not happy.
Are you listening?
Are you listening to me? Now do something about it. And it's not, sometimes it's not as easy as just slapping on a face mask. Sometimes it does take journaling, meditation, self-reflection, you know, even fasting or detoxing. So make sure you're building that relationship with your body so it can be the healthiest it can be. So I appreciate all of you guys. This is so much fun.
Yes, awesome.
And I'm actually going to post this on our YouTube page. We actually finally will be doing it again. Bitch, let's talk. So you can participate in the face yoga with us and saw how bad I was struggling with not being able to close my damn mouth. And please make sure that you follow Dr. Jen. Her website and her contact information will be in the description notes of the show, so you can hit her up personally, so you can get that one-on-one interaction, so she can get your life together.
Yes, that's gonna get you right.
Yes, remove the double chin and the wrinkles, child. See you guys next week. Bye.
Bye.